South Africa. The MTN group is in deep trouble. Deep trouble. With the United States of America, yes, they are being investigated for cooperating with dangerous people in Iran. A white man in Boda arrested for allegedly planting a fake bomb in a commercial bank in Uganda. Wow. Why would you go plant a bomb, even a fake bomb, in a commercial bank in an African country, my brother? What are you looking for? Let's go. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. Okay, so we have a situation here with MTN. MTN right here, you can see MTN Group Africa, primarily South African. You can see MTN all over Africa in many countries. They're big, they're massive. Now, the MTN Group Africa, largest telecom operation, is facing a U.S. Department of Justice grand jury investigation into its past operation in Afghanistan. I didn't know these people went in Afghanistan. And its business tie with Iran, specifically its 49% stake in Iran cell. So, South Africa's MTN has 49% stake in Iran cell. Iran cell is the equivalent of MTN in Iran. And as you would know, America has sanctioned most of these countries, especially Iran, and they don't want any other country to deal with them. And now keep in mind the relationship between South Africa and America right now, it's not a good port. So this is a major situation. MTN's Afghan operation may have involved payoffs or indirect support to militant group potentially violating U.S. Anti-Terrorist Act. So the United States of America has got all these acts and rules and stuff, like you can't deal with those people. Nobody deals with that people. Nobody talks to that country. Nobody touches Venezuela. They are bad people. Nobody deal with Cuba. They're bad people. If you do so, you're going to live the consequences of it. I remember growing up in school. Was it primary school or high school? Early high school. We were the younger generation. When you find these people they're probably like 3-4 years older than you because they've redone the class like 3 times. He's so big and tall and he's telling everybody, you, tomorrow, I want you to bring me bread with butter. You bring me cheese. Okay. You bring me Coke. Yeah, because he knows all these kids, their family were doing okay and his family was not necessarily doing okay. I know it doesn't make sense maybe for you, but for us having like a piece of bread with butter and cheese, my brother. From which family are you again? Yeah, it was a great privilege. So if you don't bring the cheese or the bread and butter, my brother, you're in trouble. If he doesn't put them hands on you, he's going to put an interdiction. Nobody speaks to you at all. And if somebody dares to break the rule, he also goes to face the corner. And that feels very similar, at least very close, so it raises many questions, so you cannot do business with Iran. If you do business with Iran, you're going to have trouble with America. MTN confirmed it's fully cooperating with the American institution, providing documents and information as requested.
By the United States Department of Justice, we said we're willing to engage. They've asked for a request of information, and that request of information is really about 2 markets. That's really Afghanistan and Iran. And we've started a process of voluntarily engaging with them. And we're not being accused of any wrongdoing. And so this matter, as it develops, will update the market in the near future.
So it's like, okay. You can investigate me for dealing with the people you don't like. MTN has accepted. I mean, people say that South Africa fought against apartheid. Isn't this another form of apartheid? I'm just asking. You fought against the white people in South Africa. Are you ready to fight Donald Trump? Or that's just too big, too much? I'm just asking. The CEO of MTN, Ralph Mupita, emphasizes that no wrongdoing has been alleged thus far and that the group will defend its position where necessary. The allegation that MTN Group, South Africa's largest telecom operator, illegally obtained Iran's first private GSM license. Okay, this is an accusation by Turkish Telecom. They accuse Iran of getting the very first private GSM license along with subsidiary, and also saying that they received it by bribing. Okay, so the South African company has been bribing Iranians, and these Iranians, money is trickling down to groups of people that America don't like. Is this freedom? Are we living in a freedom? Should America investigate MTN, which is a company that belongs to an African country? Does that even make sense? I mean, I'm just asking, there's a legitimacy to this. Are Africans actually free? You talk about freedom. You are free. Are you free if you have to be investigated by Western nations to see if you're eligible to be spoken to nicely? Why can't Africans just deal with Africans? I mean, I'm not saying not deal with Europeans. Why can't Africans deal with other African nations with respect? Now, you want to argue that some Africans are just disorganized. They cannot hold it up. Like a country like South Africa needs to deal with a country in Africa that has the capability, that has the money and the funds. I hear that, but if you are strong and other countries are not so strong, why can't you help them so you can all be strong, so you can work with one another, respect each other, like Europeans do? They deal with one another. They don't need Africans or Asians to be fun. You can help each other and grow, and not say, okay, I'm not talking to you because you're not in my level. Let me rather just look at America. Then America start bullying you by saying, okay, we're going to sanction you. Or by the way, we're cutting AIDS from you. Your HIV people are going to be unalived, even though the South Africans said they can produce their own medicine for HIV, but then things are not right. Same for Botswana. Botswana textile industry is on the floor because America has closed the door. Why can't Botswana find out? Africa need each other. Africa need to build one another. I mean, just a couple of days ago, a South African general went to Iran and he made a speech. During the speech, he said, the Iranians are fighting the same fight as South Africans. That's not exactly what he said, but he said something very similar. That the Iranians value, or the Iranians fight for the poor people, for the oppressed. Same for South Africa. And it was big trouble, big problems. When he came back to South Africa, they summoned him. Now, why would you go say that? Why would you do this? Well, the general clearly thought about the past, because in the past, South Africa was during apartheid. And let me just remind you, during apartheid South Africa, the United States of America supported apartheid against black people. I'm not inventing this. This is the truth. Now, why would you feel bad as somebody that's seeing the people that supposedly supported them during apartheid and feel a level of fraternity toward them? Isn't that a normal feeling? Just feeling like I belong, just like Europeans feel like they belong with each other. This African general probably felt like, these Iranians helped us, same as the Russians. Let me give them solidarity. So why is he being judged for that? So the question again, is South Africa a free country? Does South Africa need to be nice because of the economics? Because right now, America can put a lot of pressure on South Africa economically. Because big companies of America like Microsoft, Amazon, you name it, are in South Africa. They're operating. They bring in business, they're creating jobs, and wrong move can destabilize the country. Now, is it okay to say that South Africa is making the right choice for itself, for its people, by not pushing America, by not standing for their rights like they stood against apartheid? Like, just this apartheid is just a little bit acceptable, because then it's going to drastically change the people's trend of life. Let's not play uncarefully here. Let me know how you feel about that. It was a great pleasure. Do you think MTN should be investigated? Do you think South Africa should accept that? Do you think South Africa is making the right decision by accepting this until they weather the storm? God bless.